In my opinion, building a business solely around cold calling is the biggest mistake you can make. And if you're all in on cold calling and you don't decide to make a change here in the near future, I think you're going to be out of business here in the next couple of years. So I'm going to touch on the 2 reasons why I think cold calling is going away, and I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But first, if you're new here, this is the After the License channel. Make sure you subscribe and drop a comment if you want access to my free course on building your database and your sphere of influence. Okay, so cold calling, I see it all over the place. I see videos on the best cold calling scripts and how to cold call different areas and how to use dialers. In my opinion, cold calling is going away, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. The first one is I would encourage you to talk to your friends and your family and ask them one simple question. When a random number calls you, do you pick up the phone? The reality is the answer to that question is no for a lot of people. And the growing population where the answer is no is getting bigger and bigger by the year. It used to be 20, 30 years ago that when the phone was the only way to talk to people, you had to pick it up. And that's why phone sales took off, because someone had to pick up the phone. Now you had a captive audience and you could pitch them on whatever your service is. Well, in 2022, that is not the case. We have a ton of means by which we can communicate: text, email, messenger, all of these things. And I know that the people who really want to get a hold of me are either going to A, be in my phone already, or B, going to find another means of communication besides the phone. So when a random number calls someone in 2022, the chances of that phone call getting picked up are slimmer and slimmer as each day passes. And so when you really think about that and you talk to people in your life about that and you say, how does it feel when someone random calls you and someone random interrupts your day? 1, when you find out that they don't pick up those calls, and 2, you find out that that's actually a nuisance to them. This is why I don't build my business or encourage other people to build their business around cold calling, because when you're actually interrupting someone's day and you're kind of becoming that nuisance, guess what? I don't think that's the best way to build a business. Now, if you do it, congrats, and you have success with it, that's fine. But I think that number of people who are going to actually answer the call from a random number is going down each and every year, where it's not going to make sense in the very near future to continue this practice. The second reason why I think cold calling is going away is that nuisance piece, okay? So when something is a nuisance in our life in 2021 and 2022 and beyond, guess what happens? Technology steps in and makes our lives easier. Now, it's not always right away, and it doesn't happen overnight, but over time, technology has eased our burdens as a society. And so when something is inconvenience or something is a nuisance, guess what? Technology steps in. And we are seeing this with random calls, with robocalls, with spam calls. If you look at your phone, depending on what phone you have, there's probably some technology in there that helps you from picking up the phone from random strangers, right? Your phone might tell you that there's a potential spam notice. It might say unknown caller, right? This is to actually encourage you to not pick up the phone unless it's someone you know. I'll take it one step further. Most phones these days, if you have a new one, there is a do not disturb feature. Well, guess what? That do not disturb feature has a feature within it where you can say, hey, I don't want to take any phone calls unless it's someone in my phone book. So what does that mean, right? Technology is pushing us towards connect with people that you want to connect with, block out all of the noise, because at the end of the day, our phone can be a nuisance if it's ringing off the hook from people we don't know and we don't want to talk to. So technology will slowly start to erode away the power of cold calling. So again, if you build your business on cold calling and you're there and you're having success with it, great. But start to pivot and start to find ways to build your business that aren't so reliant on interruption technology, right? Where we're going to interrupt someone's day, and find something that's a little bit more attraction based, where you're actually attracting the people to your business through marketing, through lead gen, through online lead sources. You're attracting people to your business that want to work with you, that know who you are, that are excited to call you, because those are the best clients to work with. Okay, guys, those are my 2 reasons why I think cold calling is going away, and building a business on it is, in my opinion, one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. Drop a comment below. Do you love my advice? Do you hate it? Have you built a successful business on cold calling? Do you think cold calling is going to be around for forever? Drop a comment below, and I'll catch you on the next one.